So what have you guys been up to? What's new, man? What's new?
Episode number 25. What you been up to?
Yeah.
What you been up to,
What you guys
boys?
been up to, guys?
You know how it is. Same old, same old.
Yeah, same old. Okay.
Okay,
Work.
so,
You know me, bro. You know me, bro. I just been chilling.
You know how it goes.
You know
yo,
how
so
it
I got a
goes.
question for you, Khaled.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you think, so you know how like Christianity, you have like the 12 commandments?
Yeah.
Like
right.
don't steal, don't covet your neighbor's
Yeah,
wife, all that shit.
like major sins type of thing. Yeah.
Do you think like at any point in time can anybody like amend those things, or those are like that's it?
I'm pretty sure like with religion, those kind of things are set. in
Nobody's
stone.
edited anything.
Yeah. I don't know if how it works in Christianity, man. I can't speak
But
on
is
behalf of
Islam?
Christians.
You're telling me there's nobody who's come up with like a 2.0, like hey,
No,
updated, like
nope.
a patch note. You're like in
Nope.
video games, like we've patched
Nope.
this.
Nope.
Is it-
Nope. Nope.
The hackers, isn't like Islam would be the one religion that
Yeah.
is the
The
no
Quran.
change.
The Quran
Yeah,
has
the Quran.
literally
Okay.
not changed
Yeah.
ever. Not once.
His
Nothing
with the
has
intro,
been
and then I'm
amended.
gonna ask you why.
Huddle Talk TV episode 25. Welcome back, guys. We're back with the crew. Another day, another dollar.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
Number 25. So the reason I asked about Islam, changing some rules,
Yeah,
is
what's
just
up?
adding some new ones.
Okay.
If there was a rule that said
Yeah.
you're not allowed to be late,
Yeah.
do you think you would break Islam? Do you think half the Somalis would no longer be?
No, you know what?
Would that
you know,
be an Islamic country?
You know what? You
Tell
know
me.
that's more of my fault because Islam preaches good etiquette, and
Are
it's
you
not a
serious?
part of good etiquette to be late
Really?
when you have an appointment with people. So,
like, where's
this
the
is Nick's
borderline
way,
on
this
this?
is Nick's way of calling me out for being late today. You know, more or less.
You've been late your whole
I've been
life,
late.
bro.
Yeah, but
Time travel.
we're working on the time travel machine so we can
Yeah.
get these things right. But yeah, man. So with Islam, it's more of like, all right, proper etiquette. There's things that, you know, I'm a person where, you know, like if I was supposed to be put in a position where I gotta be on time,
Yeah.
you know, and I took it more seriously, then it's on me. But
And that's fine. I thought it was a funny joke. I don't mean to roast you.
No, man. You can roast me. That's what we need, fam.
No, so my question. So I was watching back those clips. I was editing them.
Okay.
And you guys were giving me so much shit for like not having a superpower picked.
Yeah, bro. Because I thought that's like something that you grow up as a kid, like
No.
knowing
Well,
that this
you
is
know
what I
what?
want.
You know what?
What?
One of my pet peeves is when you ask someone like, "Would you rather do this?" or you know, or "Would you rather?" question things, and the people who just don't answer, or like, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't do either." That's or something like, "Hey,
Yeah, that
what's your favorite
shoots it
superpower?"
down.
It's like, come on, we're trying to have some fun. Like,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
why, if
yeah.
you couldn't come up with a superpower, it's like,
I don't do hypotheticals.
yeah, I don't do. It's like, come on, this is the point of it's
Really?
stupid. It's stupid. We know it's stupid.
No, honestly though, Nick, like I feel like as a kid, you always you're one of the, like me. I always used to be like on a bench and like standing on it and like about to jump and hoping that I could fly. You know, type of thing. Like as a
No.
kid, like these kind of things are like.
So you set that up like that's something that everyone does. I promise you, it's not.
No, probably isn't, but that was me.
Yeah.
So I mean, but as a
Yeah.
kid, you're curious. You want to try things. You watch shows, Dragon Ball Z, all of this stuff, and these are things that you say, "Oh, I wish I could do this," and you're telling me that's never crossed your mind.
Yeah, I don't know. It just maybe wasn't pulled correctly for my resources, my brain for this podcast.
Yeah.
So
But
why
anyways.
didn't you try from a higher height? I promise you, the wings never would have come out in time from a little bench.
I wasn't trying to end it.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
oh,
facts,
guys,
facts.
you guys are dark.
Could have been like the for like from the other guys or whatever when they jump the
You
building. At
literally-
least try something. I haven't said anyone's name.
Who are the
I haven't said
actors?
anyone's
Who are the
name.
actors?
My man DJ.
We're not gonna drop that name again,
You guys are sick and perverted, man.
bro. You know what's so crazy? Because I was speaking of movies, I went and rewatched 300, right?
That's a good one, eh?
Classic, man.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you watch that movie, it never gets old. So I'm watching it, and I'm just thinking to myself, I was watching the elephant scenes where the Persians are coming and they have all these things, equipment on top of the elephants, right? And I'm just like wondering to myself, I'm like, how is it possible that the elephants were able to carry all these things?
It's a movie.
No, it's real life. They actually used to do that kind of stuff. Like elephants were used
Yeah.
for these kind of things, right? So I had a little interesting fact for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I decided to do my Googles. Went ahead and I searched up, elephant man training. First thing that came up was not the right thing. It was a dance hall reference.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, let me fix up my search. So anyway, I
Yeah.
go and check, and I'm like, all right, how are elephants able to carry so much weight, right? So apparently their backs are not even structured to carry weight.
What?
Yeah, so it's like a method called Fajan, apparently, that it's Thai, and it actually means crushing. So what they do is that they actually mentally and physically crush the spirits of the elephants over time. So what they would do is like they'll kidnap them from like at a young age from their parents, take them back, tie them up, make them do things, and the trainer would stay with them for 7 days, inflicting this torture until that they actually have this down pat. And some of the tortures that they would use is like they'll stick them with nails and stuff like that, right? Yeah. And over time, the elephant becomes mentally crushed, and its spirit is just completely destroyed, that it becomes obedient and it starts doing things even against its will. Like that's just why it always it goes with the flows, and it just does these things. So I'm like, okay, I guess these Persians this whole time must have had all these elephants just locked up, getting ready for all of this.
So hold on, I remember last week too, we talked about how we don't like stories with sad endings.
Yeah, it's sad.
Are you going to give us like?
Is this going to wrap around to Dumbo somehow?
Well, there's a good twist. I mean, there's a non-profit organization that's trying to help elephants get out of these kind of situations. So,
what are they called?
I don't know the name, man. I don't know. You guys.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
So far, listeners, you got to Google it.
Yeah, go do your Googles, man.
Okay, so you know what I was thinking about in the shower?
Yeah,
it was like, so obviously cows have udders.
Yes,
udders are basically like their nipples.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, like they're all situated in like one little zone.
Yeah,
the udder.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I'm like, do you think farm animals, like I'm sure in some universe they talk, right? And the cow looks at the horse. Mm-hmm. And do you think like at a certain point, like the cows are like, I wish I was a horse, right? Who do you think has it worse? Like, because the horse is always being ridden on, you know what I mean? And the cow is always being milked. So it raises the question, like, does the horse being ridden and does a cow like being milked? Or do they both look at each other as wishing they could trade places, like the fucking grass is greener for farm animals?
Okay, so I would think, in my opinion, I'd rather be the horse.
You want to be ridden?
Oh, hey yo.
Step bro.
All right.
Step bro.
All right, you see that? You see what you got? You guys are not going to do that, all right?
Oh my God.
What do you want to be ridden by?
Saddle me up. Huh? Saddle me up.
Okay,
I've been a bad boy today.
Yo, but keep talking.
So okay, if that's the case, you want to be, you guys want to take the jokes there, right? You guys want to be cows, right? You guys want to get milked.
So
by other men.
Fact,
by other men.
I'm trying to
by other men.
By the farmer's daughter.
Yeah. Come on.
Good save.
Come on, bro.
Good save.
Yo, respect.
Fact.
But do you ever think farm animals just...
I'm backed up. I'm trying to shoot my shot.
That's true. And I
Come
wonder,
here, Katie.
I wonder if cows, though, if you think about it, man, like, do they ever, like, does it feel good to be milked? Like, if you haven't been milked in a few days?
Man, does it...
These are really good questions.
I was about to say
I think so, but
I'm not even gonna go there.
But I feel like the more days they probably go without being milked, probably the faster they release.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Much bigger load.
I bet they can't even last 20 seconds.
No, definitely not.
Rookies.
Just immediately
That'd be providing for the whole household. I'll tell you that much. Enough milk for anybody.
Katie's probably got
Buckets
immaculate form.
Yeah.
Katie's probably got immaculate form.
Yeah.
Buckets of cream, bro.
Buckets of cream, yeah.
She got the
Respect.
foam all over her.
Yeah. So like in hierarchy of farm animals, like obviously then you have chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens don't really do anything. They just hang out. They're dinosaurs, man.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They basically just lay eggs. Mm-hmm. And the male roosters are pretty much good for nothing.
They wake people up, bro.
No, but like in terms of job, they don't do anything. They're noisy all day long.
They wake you up for your job.
But it's not like that's their job. Like they're always
they just do it to annoy people.
Yeah. It's like when they wake up, they immediately just start making noises.
I thought it was so funny because obviously you guys know last weekend I was in the States and last weekend was American Thanksgiving. Well, Thursday was for them.
Yeah.
And it's
meet
like,
and greet with Omarion.
It's like, well, it was like Saturday morning. I'm going out to my car and literally 2 turkeys are just crossing the road in the middle of like the suburbs.
They make the most annoying noise.
Massive. And I'm like, y'all just have turkeys? Like, this is ballsy, bro. On Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving Island, they're just out here strolling. like they don't know they don't know what weekend this is. Like,
yo, that's very ignorant of them.
100%, yeah.
Super ignorant.
Of all days you choose to be out here. Yeah, don't get slaughtered.
They got their piece on them.
The ops outside.
Okay, but like, okay, so let's go back to the farm animal thing for a second.
The hierarchy.
So like, and honestly, the other thing too is like being a bull must be amazing, but then there's probably like the 1% of the bull population that get trapped into being ridden by little Spanish guys, the matadors.
Oh, yeah.
That would be so annoying because they try and aggravate the bulls, right? Like they poke at it and they're really annoying.
What's the thing with bulls seeing red? Is that actually a thing or is that a myth?
I think it's a myth.
Right?
Yeah.
What, bulls seeing red?
Yeah, red like gets them riled up, gets them angry.
That's, you know what? And it's funny because I've gone to Pamplona, but...
Yeah, weren't you involved in this? Didn't you go in a...
bro, they killed the bulls, right?
I will not. I will not. No. Do you think I killed the bull? No.
You killed the bull.
Michael, did you kill the bull?
I came as close to killing that bull as you came to killing the animal that you eat on your burger. No, I didn't kill it.
Okay.
But you ran away from it like a little pussy?
Hey. Hey.
Have you ever seen a bull's nuts?
I think you would have run away in my situation.
I probably would have.
I probably would have.
I probably would have insulted it though.
Yeah. Is it racist that I tripped Kamar?
Yo, somehow, some way, Kamar always ends up in the podcast.
Yeah, he has to because he doesn't answer our group chats.
Yeah,
That's it. And we gave him an ultimatum this week, and he still didn't reply.
It's so funny because he sent me a Snapchat video too of
He's
him
sick
eating.
in the head.
Of him eating. Like, and I'm like, bro, we've been messaging you the past 4 days. Are you alive?
We're calling him out like, hey.
Yeah. I think he has like the group chat on mute.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
I think he's got his whole life on mute, bro.
That too. I mean, he's sending me Snapchat videos. So
Yeah. He sent me one thing on Instagram. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
It was like a few days ago.
It was like
don't even open it. Don't even give him the respect.
Yeah, we
anymore.
should.
If Kamar could be a farm animal,
yeah, what would he be?
Is this racist?
What would he be?
He would be a cow, 100%.
No, he has to be something that's incognito.
What do you mean incognito? I
That's
feel like
that's just there but doesn't do anything.
I feel like
Is there an animal that's like questionably sus? That's the animal I would
I feel
him.
like well, cows are all females, right? Then you have bulls, so the female cows are being males.
Dogs sniff each other's assholes.
I don't know.
Pigs just run around in their
Kamar
shit all day.
Kamar doesn't give me pig vibes though.
Okay, so
No,
what kind of vibes does he
you know what he would be? He'd be a turtle. Slow as hell.
I feel like he'd be a
Slow.
Oh no,
he'd be a miniature pony.
No,
You don't find turtles on
the
farms,
creepy animal, the sloth. Creepy
sloth.
and super slow. Kamar.
He'd be that, or he'd be
There
one of
you
those
go.
little show ponies with the hair. It's like 4 feet. Like
Those little girls they bring around.
yeah. Do you think that's what do you think of like horse girls? You ever hear that comparison? Horse girls are car guys. Like they're the same body, same person. They're the equivalent.
I've heard that.
How would it be this? I mean, both horsepower, but
I've heard that horse girls are like kinky people.
For where did you hear this from?
his searches.
My incognito mode.
Research. I do my own research.
I spent 30 minutes on Google's incognito.
This guy does his own research.
Unleash the beast.
May or may not have been on the toilet.
So what did you search? What did you keep?
No, I didn't. I've actually like it's a non-confirmed common belief online in communities and circles that girls that are like really into horses and do that stuff are typically
Is this like
just
Reddit?
more.
People have given the secret away.
Maybe I can't remember.
Now,
half
why
the
would you
stuff I
think
read
that they're
online.
into horses?
What?
Well,
Are
Why
they
would
into
I
the
think
horses
that
or
they're
into people?
No, they're not. I'm not saying they're into horses. I'm just saying.
no, like as in that profession. Like why? Well, okay, what's the?
Do you think horses make them horny, or they're horny to begin with? And
yeah,
they like
exactly.
horses.
no,
Yeah,
I think they're just
horny to begin with.
and maybe it's the riding them and it's the movement and the
Connection with the animal.
connection with the animal.
Horses, bro. Some horses are big.
Yeah.
Like big.
Yeah.
I still remember probably back in like one of the first couple episodes we talked about taking one of those horses down the street.
Yeah.
How there's been no rap videos of a gangster riding a horse.
Yeah.
People are sleeping on that.
I mean, when you go downtown, like I remember there was a couple times where you see like those police officers riding the horses.
Yeah,
those
and
things
it's
are ridiculous.
so
Like, they're big.
inefficient.
I went on the weekend in New York.
I don't even know
to
why
the
they still
horseback
do that.
riding. These things are massive, bro.
Really?
And when you hold them,
Yeah.
Were they wearing Timbs?
yeah, they dead ass wear. They dead ass
New
wear,
York
bro.
fitted.
They dead ass wear,
Fitted
yeah.
too, bro.
Steel toe. Timbs.
Still totes.
The horses in New York are built different.
They're built different.
Welcome to Coney Island. Bing bong.
Oh my god! I see that everywhere now, man.
What is Bing Bong?
You know,
And
there's a TikTok trend right now that's going on.
It's a TikTok trend. I've seen people apply it to like Warzone clips where every
Yeah.
time they snipe someone,
Bing bong.
ping, bing bong, ping.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. More stupid
Hilarious.
stuff.
Okay, so you were saying what about New
Yeah,
York?
the horse is like the smell sticks on your hand, man.
Really?
You really
Smell?
got to wash. Yeah, because you know when you're around horses, you just smell shit. Horse shit.
Yeah.
Everywhere, right?
Yeah.
It's just a usual smell. So I think there's another good. If a girl is willing to be around horses for a whole life and smell that all the time, she's got to be freaky.
Why? What's the correlation?
She lives like
Huh?
a farm
Why?
animal, bro.
Why?
Well, because she's willing to just deal with all that smell all the time.
What other smells is she willing to do?
So that's what I'm saying. If she's willing to do those smells,
If you
what
walk
other
into- if
smells
you
is
walk
she
into
probably
a
willing to do?
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are freaks. Khaled, your eyes are wet. Your eyes are wet,
It's not
bro.
the only thing.
Oh, come on now.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
Do you-
Splashworks, what's up?
how come you like? Do you think there's like a podcast where it's just like three horse girls and they talk about like life on the
Listen,
ranch
you
and
know, if
shit?
there's one thing that I've learned about the podcast community, there's a podcast about everything.
Everything.
There's literally podcasts
What's our
about
podcast
furniture.
about? Yeah.
About nothing.
Don't tell that to the people. Come on now.
Wow.
We got a lot going on over here,
Yeah.
man.
So-
We're trying to make sure you guys stay informed.
So if you could, if you
On
could,
our research.
yeah, if you could take any animal and you could like dress it up in Tim's,
Yeah.
with a little New York Yankees hat,
Yeah.
what do you think would be the funniest thing?
A monkey.
A monkey, bro.
A monkey.
Bro, you give that a New York Yankees
on.
jersey and a New York cap,
Like
yeah,
a,
with
like
some Timbs,
like with a and it's on like TI too. Like
Yeah,
barely
TI. Is
on.
this a
Like,
meme?
come on.
Is this
the
a
TI
meme?
tilt.
Yeah, the
Is this a
TI
meme you
tilt?
guys have seen? How
No,
did you,
I'm
No,
just-
man.
how did you both know to answer this?
Bro, because it's a New York thing, bro.
Come on,
Come on, fam.
come on.
You get the New York, the New York Yankees hat. You tilt it the
Yeah.
TI style. You know
Yeah.
that monkey's good to go,
Yeah.
Are
bro.
you serious?
Yeah.
I think it'd be so funny if there were little Tims. Like, you know how like there's little keychains? Like, you remember footsies?
Yeah,
You put the
yeah.
shoes on your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
So stupid, right?
Well,
But I think it'd be hilarious if you had two of those with the little like stuffed rat.
Yeah.
What is that called? Like taxidermized rat. And you had a little hat on him, and he was just like a little New York thug guy. That would be hilarious.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like when we were younger, how things like just it made us like so happy, but it was so like
What, the
useless.
shoesies?
Yeah, like stuff like
The
that.
smallest
bro.
thing.
Smallest
Shoesies. The only people buying shoesies were the horse girls.
bro. No, like you.
Oh, so
see
now they're a
kids do
thing.
that. Bro. It makes no sense, fam. Makes no sense.
You know, speaking of that, I had a note too, and I was laughing. I was like, the miracle that more girls don't burn down houses is just insane to me.
Why?
what-
Bitter exes?
No, leaving
What?
their hair straightener or their curlers and shit
Oh,
on.
on. Yeah.
I honestly am shocked. I bet you at least once a week in a neighborhood, there's like a scare, like a close call of somebody like forgetting leaving their iron on or straightener.
Yo, that would.
I feel like girls. You know, I know none of our podcasts are females, but I guarantee you if there were, they would probably tune in. They'll be like, "Yeah, there's a couple times I almost burned the house down because I forgot to turn off my straightener." I'm sure there's like a half an hour shut off, but like,
Yeah.
imagine you leave it next to like hairspray or toilet paper or something.
Kaboom!
Exactly.
Bing bong! It's done. it's over.
Damn. Yeah, that'd be wild, man. I don't know why. Like, I feel like that would be more of a thing, but it's not.
I have.
I think, and kind of makes me think. I remember seeing someone bring it up, but they asked the question that would you want to see in your life, like the 5, if God or something could show you the 5 times you came closest to death throughout your life that you don't, maybe
Yeah.
you don't even know.
Yeah.
Would you want to see that? Like
Hell yes.
I could probably think of quite a few things.
Really?
When?
No, I'm saying if I had sat
That you-
down, I don't know off the like.
Bro, off the
jump.
dome, you should have prepared this. You can't just drop this question.
you just-
Bro, what
made
about
me think-
what about jaywalking? Done that plenty of
Yeah.
times.
times.
A couple times where a car almost like hits you.
Yeah.
Drowning. I was remember one time I was close, so drowning would have been one. That's scary. Drowning.
When?
I think
Whoa.
drowning would be my biggest. I love swimming, but I'm just saying that any wave at any point in
dying?
the ocean, yeah, drowning is so
Nah,
scary,
man.
man.
I don't know
Drowning's
about-
so scary,
Okay.
bro.
Bro, I think falling from a high rise.
That'd be terrifying.
High rise is the worst, bro.
So
Not if you just like dance it out.
I have
What
a
do you mean dance it out?
Well,
like
at
do
that-
backflips
yeah, but
in
at
the
this
air,
point,
try to
there's-
enjoy it?
At this point,
What?
you know? Okay, first of all, there's no pain in falling from a high skyrise.
the,
Bro,
the
it's the
fear.
mental
Dead-
agony, bro.
You're,
It's the
you're
mental
dead
agony,
the
bro.
moment your body touches the ground.
Okay, I get
Sure.
that. Yeah, but the mental agony, bro.
Sure, but drowning is painful. Is a painful process, and it's something you have to go through.
Drowning
and
is
it's
not
scary.
painful.
It's scary because maybe you think you can try and get out and you're fighting and fighting. That's scary, right?
But it's not. It's not painful. You just asphyx. You basically just go unconscious. It doesn't take very long.
Really?
It is painful for a short period. The last however many seconds.
It's like anxiety inducing, but like it's not really pain.
So you would
I don't know.
It's like
that
you
would be a
just you would
science. Like
start
I'd
to
have
just
to look
black
that.
out.
Well, from
a
what I
certain
can
point.
remember, like you're like kicking, and it's like I feel like not being able to breathe is painful.
Well, yeah,
100%.
but then you start to black out. So I can't remember where I heard this from, but somebody was talking about like being burned alive, like dying.
Probably
That is way worse.
It's way worse, yeah.
Because
Your nerves,
you're in
literally.
pain because you're on fire while you're dying. And what kills you when you die by being on fire is the same thing. Inhalation of smoke, like you lose all the oxygen around you gets burned up. So you can't breathe. So you actually die by running out of breath. So you're alive the whole time. But you're like that's why I argue
my
like drowning would be
gosh.
so much more peaceful than
Yeah.
dying in a fire because you're literally burning to death.
That's fair. I could say dying of fire would be up there too. Yeah, that's
Okay,
No,
you guys are
it's
crazy
tough.
for on this, for being on this.
Would you rather episode?
Would you rather?
I would rather, I'd probably rather drown than die in a fire.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
And the scary thing too, I think, Khaled, the thing about terrifying, the terrifying thing about falling to your death is there's no guarantee that you're falling from high enough to kill you.
That's
That's
another
scary.
thing.
That's scary.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when we work construction, there was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. There's a guy who fell. So this is like it happened right close to here. It was a huge accident. So basically what happened is a guy is going up a scissor lift. So we used to do concrete restoration. And what we would do is we'd basically go underground to water reservoirs.
Right.
So for the city's water that they're stored in, they're basically like, imagine football fields underground. It's just a giant concrete thing. And there's like pillars, like concrete pillars. So what we would do is obviously these things are 20, 30, 40 years old. You go in every once in a while, every couple of years, and you basically, you sandblast the old concrete, you put a new layer on, and you put epoxy.
Yeah.
But you're underground in the dark in these giant reservoirs. So you got to get a lot of gear down. So there's these massive concrete, like cement mixers, right?
Yeah.
And so one day before break, we had to get one of these mixers out. And the way that you get it out is obviously like you got to climb like a ladder, probably like 30 or 40 feet down. Like you get hooked up with a harness. Okay. And like that's the only way in and out. Otherwise, there's hatches, and there's like when the site is being set up, there's a crane that comes over and drops payloads of things in.
Okay. Yeah.
But basically, this was a day where we just needed to get one of these mixers out because it had to go to a different job site.
So they're rushing it.
They're rushing it. So there's a scissor lift thing that goes up and down in the air. So basically what they do is they get this mixer onto the scissor lift, but the back wheels are probably like 6 inches too wide on both sides. So it's like a tricycle basically with a concrete, like a hopper for you pour the concrete in. So two of the wheels are not even fully in this thing. So they hook it up to one of the guys. First mistake. So basically they go all the way to the top and they realize there's about 4 feet and they can't lift this thing out. So they say, we're not going to get it done before break. Lower the lift. Okay. The problem with scissor lifts is they're pneumatic, which means every once in a while, if there's too much weight, there's a little bit of a hiccup, and it bounces on the way down. Guess what? It jerked while he was all the way at the top, and this guy fell about 20 feet. And I will never forget the noise that he made when he hit the fucking floor, the concrete floor from 20 feet. The thing basically whipped him below it. He smashed on the concrete, and the thing smashed on top of him, and he started twitching on the ground. Blood started pooling everywhere. We're like, this guy just died. What the fuck? We can't even get him out because the only way you can get out is climbing up a ladder. So, bro, there was a helicopter that came. They had to airlift him out. Like it was massive. It was a massive thing. The guy ended up surviving. He was totally
survived.
okay. Totally okay.
What do you mean he's totally okay, bro?
Unreal. Like the guy basically broke like every part in his spine. The fat in his leg. He shattered so many parts of his body. I have no idea how this guy did not die.
Oh, okay, but what did he end up like? How did he end up like? Is he completely paralyzed?
No, he's fine. It's literally, you guys have no idea. Like 20 feet dropped.
I think
20, 30 feet.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Terrifying.
Is that a lot of people, especially when it comes to like something like suicide, a lot of people jump off something. Maybe it's an apartment building or something that people don't realize that there's a lot of survival chance with that.
Yeah.
Especially when you hit the water.
It's really crazy.
I heard a similar story of that actually. Like there was a guy, a construction worker too. I forget how high he fell off the building, but he falls off. He survives.
Yeah.
And everybody downstairs, his coworkers, are like shocked. They're like,
Yeah.
he gets up like nothing happened, right?
Oh my God.
So they're like, you know what? we need to celebrate. He tells them, you know what, guys, I'm gonna go get us some drinks.
What?
I'm gonna go get us drinks and celebrate this. I made it, right? I'm gonna live a long life. That's what he's assuming, right?
Yeah.
He crosses the street to go to the convenience store and grab some drinks. Dies, gets hit by a car.
What?
You just survived falling off God knows how many stories, and you died by.
And he's all gassed up.
Gassed up, man.
So here's something interesting.
Crazy.
Here's something interesting. So I pulled an article from Futurology from Reddit. So we just talked about suicide. So this is a dark term, but I think this is interesting stuff to talk about. But if you look at it, so apparently now there's a company out of Switzerland that you're 3D printing assisted suicide machines. So get this. It's basically like it's a capsule, like you're laying on like a 45-degree angle. It's like a pod. You close the pod, and so I can't remember the number. I think it was like 2,000 something. Switzerland assisted 2,000 assisted suicides last year. But basically, the way it works is it asks you like a few questions. It goes through like the legal questionnaire, and then it says whenever you're ready, basically press a button. And how it works is it floods the capsule with nitrogen to squeeze out the oxygen. So apparently, there's 21% oxygen in the air that you breathe. It squishes it down to 1%, and basically there's like a euphoria as the oxygen is running out, and then you just silently sleep. And then you basically just asphyxiate, but you're unconscious in a coma. But yeah, so they are offering these 3D printed, like,
isn't that kind of messed up?
It is,
but it's not, because if you see the way that some people, like when they're on the way out, I think some people should be given the option.
So I think that it's a controversial thing, but I think that stuff is like the doctor assisted ones, where it's not just a normal person who's like depressed. They can't get
somebody that's going through like physical
terminal pain.
Yeah, we're talking about someone who is in a really, really bad, irreversible, physically situation.
Yeah, and basically we'll give you the option. Hey, do you want to? Like,
I don't know. I'm probably speaking out of my ass, but it's probably expensive.
I can see.
It's probably Switzerland. It would be free.
Oh, okay.
Because
for, I guess, Switzerland citizens, Swiss citizens,
free healthcare.
Yeah.
Okay, but I understand. Okay, you're going through that physical pain. You can no longer endure, right? But is that a decision that's fair? Because you're just taking yourself into consideration. What about your family, your loved ones?
Yeah, but Khaled, I think that's I feel like it's a controversial question.
That's the controversial.
You don't know until you know.
Yeah,
because you don't know until you know, right? So everybody's got a different circumstance, and I think the challenge for it specifically in the States, the reason you can't touch that is because guess what? If grandma thinks that she's being an inconvenience, and there's life insurance on grandma's offing herself, and maybe there's a financial. That's the thing. Maybe somebody's pressuring grandma into saying maybe the family would be better off. So that shit gets dark quickly.
That's messed up.
That gets dark quickly, right?
Yeah, take grandma out for a couple bucks.
Wow. Exactly. But so that's the reason I think the States could never touch something like that, because obviously they're lawsuit city, right? But I think throughout the rest of the world, these are all questions that people are going to start having to figure out. But interesting stuff. I feel like, well, listen, guys, there's a lot of true crime lovers. So this stuff, although it's dark,
the people enjoy this.
People love this sick shit. You guys are freaks. But if you are,
we will deliver.
We will deliver. But hey, guys, for real, if you are feeling depressed, we're coming into the winter months. 100%. COVID's been tough. Yeah.
If you need somebody
always
to
talk to somebody. We can definitely drop a link in this. That's the one thing we will drop. We won't have the Google information about what Khaled said earlier, but we definitely have a link to a number if anybody needs to chat.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. That's important stuff.
Yep.
For sure, man. Especially like with people that don't have a lot of people around them, that they can't speak to, like even if you want to shoot us a DM, man, if you guys need someone to speak to, just we'll give a link to you guys, help you out as much as possible. That's
so I found it interesting there again when I was in New York last weekend. This it'll go unnamed. This one girl I was talking to, she's like in high school, and she was telling me that like she really only has like one friend. So I was thinking, do you think like this generation coming up is gonna like struggle the most, even though things are technically the most open and people are getting things off their chest more? I think it's more like so online rather than in person. And it shocked me. Like she's a super nice, normal seeming girl.
Yeah.
But for her to say like to me, like I really only have like one friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Like I wonder how many other people feel this way, right? Like, is one friend enough? Like is one friend enough that if you're going through dark times, that friend can? What if that friend isn't there to help you?
I don't know.
and then you just shut down.
I hope so.
Yeah.
The one thing though, if I can make things a little bit less serious, I feel like girls. It was talking about friends. One friend is fine. 2 friends is great. 3 friends
It's too much.
is too much. I feel like, and so this is funny. I
Do you
always
think that
reference,
only works with females?
bro, only females.
Yeah.
If there's a trio friend group of girls, I again, we have no girls that watch our podcast.
But
Maybe
do
we should
they-
just
do
talk
they-
to them directly.
Do they just start to hate on each other?
Bro, there's always a fallout between one of the 3 girls in every
At
girl
some
friend
point.
group. I'm being dead ass.
Does it come in the 20s though?
It comes in the 20s.
Yeah.
There's a fallout always between one of the trios with girl friend groups.
Really?
I feel like this is just mathematical law.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys
Why
think
don't
that's
you-
true?
why don't
For that reason, you hear a lot of like those same girls always they want a guy best friend, right?
Yeah,
You always hear that, right? They want the guy best friend.
I don't know if
That's a cop-out,
I don't know. If,
No, I know it is a cop out. Yeah.
I don't know if girls maintain relationships as long as guys do.
No, because
friendships.
guys aren't petty.
Yeah.
And the guys don't really get jealous like that.
Yeah.
It's like the more guys, the merrier.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like,
Yeah, guys are petty, but not with like.
guys-
not friends
guys have
relationships.
short memories.
What do you mean?
But- but
Guys
even-
are
No, there's
petty.
some petty dudes. Yeah,
But,
there's
but
some
we
petty
also
guys.
have some short memories too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like-
That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the biggest key into. So yeah, the biggest
hold a
key
grudge.
into get
Never.
the biggest key
Yeah.
with guys being drama free basically.
Yeah.
is that we just don't remember shit.
That's
Bro,
You stole my shit,
Or you just
give it
call
2
each other
hours.
out, and that's the big
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah,
call each
yeah.
other out right away.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
they're
then you
more
move
often
on.
going to call it out.
Yeah, you're
girls
a
are
piece
going to
of
suppress that for years.
Exactly,
And
like-
just one day blow up.
Like girls will be
Yeah.
okay. I'll give you a perfect scenario. So
Yeah.
imagine there's a group of girls and they're at a little sleepover, right? And one of the girls eats one of the last pieces of pizza, and she's had like 4. And one of the girls would be like, "Oh my god, like everybody paid the same for the pizza, right? Just making sure did everybody pay."
Those slick
and then one of the
comments?
girls would be like, "Oh my god, yeah, Sarah ate the last piece of pizza. Didn't she have 4? I think she had more than every." And that shit.
That's how it starts,
That's how it
right?
starts.
Yeah.
And then
They all
that's
go
the shit.
home.
Like,
They
"Oh,
all go home.
Sarah.
Hugs. They
Oh,
all go-
so
Yeah,
great
yeah.
to meet you, Sarah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like, yeah, don't invite Sarah next time. Like maybe, and, you know, the games start. The games start, right?
Or she, hey, do you, I think one of them stole my makeup.
They-
Bro, it's those little things, man. It's the
Somebody stole
makeup.
my makeup.
That's it, man. I'm telling you, it's those little things,
Bro,
bro. They
or-
fight over
Is this
little
experience?
things, bro. No.
Yo,
This guy's
but guys, okay, so listen, forget the makeup for a second. Go back
Yeah.
to the pizza scenario with guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Group of guys. Yo, you piece of shit. You didn't even pitch for that, bro. You ate the last piece. You're such a fat ass, dumbass, yo.
That's it, literally.
That's it. And then the guys
You call
scrap
them
it
out,
out.
that's it, yeah.
And buy the next one, and
Right.
you're like, yo, Joe, you're not getting any pizza next time. You piece of shit. You're not. You gotta
Yeah,
pay.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
and you call it right away instead of letting this thing fester.
Yeah.
And then a girl plays politics with fucking 4 others, trying to make
Talking
Sarah feel
about it
like
all
shit.
week.
behind the scenes texting
Oh
with
my
others.
God.
The
Next thing
vibes
you
are
know,
off with
next
Sarah.
thing you know, they're not friends anymore on Instagram.
That's
Oh.
it. That's
Oh.
it. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how that works. But I feel like that's how, I don't know. And again, guys, there's a problem with guys too. A lot of guys that are just sick in the head. People are just in general sick in the head.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them.
A lot of them is like a lot of dick measuring contests too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the guys dick measuring is a
Yeah.
But I
real
feel like
big
that's
thing.
healthy. I feel like that's healthy. And it's funny because I think a lot of, like, the modern man gets so much hate. Everybody flicks the switch and says, well, that's toxic masculinity. And I think for a lot of cases where guys are just having fun,
Yeah.
people will just assume that, oh, because they're allowed to enjoy themselves like that, it's toxic. Because they have confidence, it's toxic. It's like there's a
But don't you think there's a point where it becomes like too much? Like,
Give me an example.
For example, like in the gym, like you would see guys like, you know, always screaming when they're doing like
Where
their
do you go to
workouts
the
and
gym?
workout, bro? You've never heard when you're working out and like there's this one dude
Yeah.
that's always in the gym that just
Or they
Brother.
drop
Or
their weights
drop
like
the weight,
crazy.
smash the
Oh
weight,
my
brother.
God.
okay, but listen.
we're all lifting weights here.
Yeah.
I breathe just as you breathe.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
know
yeah.
So-
I do not need to make that noise
Yeah.
to get this set off.
So it
No, yeah.
depends how heavy they're lifting.
bro, this does
No,
not
no, no,
depend,
no,
bro.
no,
It-
no, 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 no.
You don't
There are
need to be
guys-
growling
I understand,
in the gym, brother.
But there are guys
No.
in every gym, any day that I've personally been. It's so bad. There's always guys.
So I agree with you on that, but obviously, like, I think there's like a threshold.
Yeah, we got a growler.
Where it's
you, Nick.
it's not me. It's not me. No, it's not me. I think there's a threshold, right? Obviously,
Okay.
you got to exhale when you're breathing if you're doing like a heavy lift.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like heavy ass lifts, right?
Bro, you're not
Powerlifting
pushing out a baby.
No. I don't know what gym you go to. I don't know who's being that loud, bro. But honestly, use your mouth
Bro,
to go talk to the guy.
No, there's no way.
So
There's no way I'm gonna go to him and say.
Why?
I'm just gonna put on my noise
I have
cancellation
been
headphones and
shocked.
keep it moving. But if I can hear
I
it,
have
that's
been-
like
we know.
I've been
Come
We
on,
know.
you know me, man.
He's not one with
I
Come on.
people love. So I've gotten like shushed so many times now at the gym.
For what? What are you doing though?
I'm talking on my phone. I'm so fucking
There's
loud.
Okay.
nothing wrong with
I will no.
What's wrong with talking
I
on your
will
phone,
say
bro?
if he's in a public place, here it's fine because it's his home.
Yeah.
But if he
I
takes
get
that
so
energy
loud, bro.
in person, oh my god, I would be
People
the first.
shush
If I
me
didn't
all
know
the
him,
time.
Is it really that?
if I didn't know him and I was a stranger and he was like that,
so
I'd be
mad
like,
at me.
bro, who is this?
But what's
clown?
wrong with talking on your phone though? They're
I'm
doing it
not
at the
that
front.
loud.
They're
He's
doing
really
it at the
loud.
front desk all day.
No, he's really
all they do.
loud.
I'm really
He's
loud.
basically yelling as if he's talking to someone across the gym. Let's say,
Yeah.
like that's what it's like. He's
Yeah.
really
But
loud.
I don't mean to.
No, he doesn't. He's just very into like
I
that's
love
who he
phone
is.
calls. Yeah,
that's who
yeah.
he is. He's
No, I
very
understand the
into,
phone calls. Okay, yeah, he gives me phone calls too when
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
like his Stairmaster stuff.
Yeah.
But like, how loud are you for
I
people
don't
to
know.
be annoyed?
I don't know.
What?
I get shushed all
if
the time.
he's getting shushed, bro,
But-
that's like the most rude thing. Shushing.
That's
That's
so
so
I
rude.
I
bro.
think it's
First of
fucking
all, somebody
hilarious.
shushing you, I would
Yeah.
tell them, yo,
So
Yeah.
get the hell out of my face.
So
What?
Have you guys heard the term NPC?
No, what is that?
Okay, so listen, in World of
NPC?
I fucking die at this. It's
Okay.
so funny. So NPC is like non-player character. Okay, so like MMO, like World
Okay,
of
yeah.
Warcraft,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
somebody like a quest giver.
Yeah, yeah,
like they're
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
stupid. Like they're
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
they just exist.
You go there for assistance,
bro, they're just like you know, like when you right click them, be like, what do you want? Good day. How are you? Right?
okay.
So, and it's the same shit that comes out of their
They're
mouth.
standing in the same place all the time.
yeah, they're always ready.
Bro,
They're always on standby.
there's so many people.
Does this thing go and get food or something, bro? Like,
bro. But the reason I bring this up is because it kills me, bro. There's so many people in life that I've started thinking, like, normally people like this used to really bother me.
Yeah.
But now I've started thinking about them, like, yo, that guy's like literally an NPC. So like people who walk around the gym that are just like you say, just like extra, like with that shit. I'm like, yo, this guy is an NPC. Like he's like a programmed unit. Like he doesn't exist. Like this is fake.
Yeah,
Somebody stuck this
100%.
guy here and they just dragged and dropped him.
bro, but I find it so annoying because like, man, if you're talking on the phone, that's one thing. I can't say, you know, maybe this guy has like a hearing issue where,
Yeah.
you know, he's got to be louder. You know, I'll take some things into consideration before shushing you up, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in the gym and you're slamming the weights,
No, I don't do that. Nobody. Yeah, I don't do that.
bro, people do that. They slam the weights.
What I do is I could go up to them. I'm like, brother,
You do not go up to them.
brother, I love.
You
I
actually go
love
up
to be
call up.
confrontational. I haven't seen this in the gym.
Yeah.
But if it would annoy me, I would go up to the person
Right.
and say something. Like, of course I'm going to say something.
But that's an employee's job.
No, but I'm very confrontational. Like if
Oh,
I'm
right,
annoyed, like I
Yeah.
will let you know.
Yeah.
But like the biggest thing that I argue is like this is the same thing too in the sauna. I'm on the same page with you because sometimes there's NPCs in the sauna that go like, buddy, listen, I'm gonna break it down for you. It's the same fucking temperature in your chair and in my chair. So I'm gonna give you a secret.
Yeah.
Breathe out your goddamn nose, and
Yeah.
if it's too hot, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So there's so many little.
What's with the theatrics? Yeah.
It's so bro. It's so extra. Like if you're hot, that's the point. Fucking moron.
Yeah, exactly.
Relax. Just fucking get in and get out. And
Are you dealing with Joe Rogan or
Bro.
something? He's just like,
bro,
You know, I have
honestly,
another issue I have though. Sorry to
tell me.
sidetrack you,
No.
but another issue I have in the change rooms is dudes just walking around naked.
which gyms are you going
Bro,
to?
this LA Fitness, man.
It's
You know
always-
this,
it's
bro. We go
always-
to the same gym. Nick, what are you
it's
talking
different
about?
it's always the old
Come on.
ones. It's
Yeah.
always. It's
Oh.
Did you ever
always.
tell? Did you ever
old.
tell him like nice dick?
Is there okay? First of all,
Never.
I think with guys in the gym, it's like once they hit the age of 55
like
or
55,
60,
yeah,
they
they
just
don't care
let
anymore.
loose and they don't care.
They don't care anymore, bro.
I know,
And they
but
just
who
walk.
cares?
But they
Let
walk
everything hang out.
They
Who
walk
cares?
around, you know,
We do
they'll
care,
have-
bro.
they'll-
Put
who
on a
cares?
towel.
Funny. I don't care.
They don't care.
I care.
They hate their wife. They fucking, their kids are failures.
Personally,
Nobody
pers-
appreciates them. They're
personally,
fucking up
I
to their
don't
tits
care.
in debt.
I'm gonna let you see these nuts.
Exactly.
By any means, yeah.
I do not care. You think I care? I gotta go home and clean my pool. You know that nobody even fucking swims in. You think
they're
I
just-
care?
Maybe they're just really proud. This is at this point. This is the longest their balls have ever hung down.
I don't
that shit
ever
doesn't
let them
bother me.
hang.
That shit doesn't
no, bro,
bother me.
it bothers me so
No, it
much. Like,
doesn't
bro,
bother
you.
It doesn't bother me. I just kind
Why
of like
is
maybe
why is your towel on your shoulder?
First
when
of
you could
all-
have just wrapped it around.
First of all, why are you looking?
I'm not bro. I just turned the corner coming into and
this is
first
Khaled.
thing I see is there's nothing but cheeks and
This is Khaled.
older an older Asian man with just his.
It's always the Asians, right?
Yeah, I'm mad. As
So when I used
that's when Khaled gets the loudest is when he hears it.
I will tell you. I will tell you.
You gonna make me act up, Grandpa?
He gets in the lower locker. Can you help me with my combo? Right? I forgot it. Right? You want to know? Do you want to know the OD? If you want to see naked old people on
Yeah.
Max,
Yeah.
you know where you go?
Where?
Pornhub.
No, freak. If you go in the morning to any public pool for the
Yeah.
morning swims. that's where you'll see the most naked old people in your life.
Really?
Because they all go in the pools in the morning and they do nothing, and because they wake up early because they got nothing to do with their lives.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they go to these pools and bro, they literally hand dryer. You know the thing, you punch the thing, shoots hot air, the ball's right below. No. Swear to God, swear to God.
That's so disrespectful, bro. That
is extra because first of all,
why are you air drying your balls?
First of all, too, in my opinion, these public bathrooms and change rooms are disgusting.
But there's kids there too, bro. There's kids there.
Yeah, it's not right. It's extra.
Thank you.
Literally, doing too much.
Take your that little towel that you have on your shoulder.
Yeah,
and kindly wrap it around your waist.
Please
do us all a favor.
So we were talking about with guys. There's a lot of like dick measuring contests, right?
Yeah, sure.
And the quickest way to shame a guy nowadays is, mention him having a small private part.
Of course.
So it's funny because if you ever go into a museum or you see like Roman statues and stuff, historically,
they're all flaccid.
They all have like literally millimeter sized private parts, right?
It's like the AC's on high over there.
Do you know why that is?
Yeah, why?
Because portraying them with small private parts was a sign of massive intelligence. So back in the Roman days, they wanted to be portrayed with it was even
something they take pride in.
Yeah, it's something they took pride in. So if you had a small private part, it meant you were really smart, you were intelligent,
you were big brain.
Really?
So it's like opposite of nowadays. They actually really respected that and liked that.
Right.
So let's go back to the Roman days.
But like I mean,
so let's go back to the Roman days, bro.
But who's out here just measuring each other up and say, hey, you know what? I don't know. I think you're.
I don't know. Clearly, the Romans didn't care about slanging that meat.
They didn't because they got statues of themselves.
Yeah. Hey, plus, sometimes it just be cold outside.
Just make sure you get one of me of it's inverted, man.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's inverted.
I got an innie.
Yeah, I got it.
So we haven't even gotten to the good part of the discussion yet.
Yeah.
But
that wasn't the good part.
No.
Wow.
This is just it. This is just the warm up.
Oh, okay.
This is just the warm up.
Okay.
Bite your lip.
I did. I already did. You're no.
I love that video. The guy.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of videos, man, can you talk about that damn police officer or whatever he is that's convincing people that you can avoid death by doing this and that? When you're confronted.
Okay, so first of all, I called that out. Okay, I called that out a week ago. And we should start. I should just use my sixth sense like this more often because this guy, like literally,
my spidey senses.
So first of all,
he's a rent-a-cop.
Before we even get into this, so Michael, you're right, but we need to highlight. First of all, he's got the 06 era Bluetooth headpiece. Right. That's the killer for me. Okay, so first of all, you got nobody on the call. Take it off, right? And he's got basically shin pads, like everything, man.
Yeah.
And it's basically like this is how you disarm somebody. Boom, boom, boom. and so we were talking about this like a couple, literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now it blows up everywhere. I'm like, I know this guy. I know this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
And it's literally like. Remember the backpack kid and how he blew up? This guy's like the same thing. Yeah. And he's going to clown on him. He's like, oh, no, it was a joke the whole time. Like, no, you were serious. Like, you were trying to sell
initially
programs.
he was serious.
Yeah.
And then he saw that, this is getting views. Let me see how far I can go.
But I think enough people were roasting him that he just started to switch it to like, okay, yeah, it was a joke the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a joke in the beginning. I think he was dead serious.
Bro, he got 100%. To the point where... He has a man in the back seat behind him, right? The driver's side has a gun to his head.
I saw this one.
Says, you want to know how to avoid this situation? All you got to do is turn that elbow back.
Let me show you that again. So you just flip the gun.
What was the one where he's... No, there's another one that's hilarious, bro. The guy has the gun pointed at his stomach, right?
Yeah.
He said, so he has the gun pointed to my stomach, right?
Step in.
Look at my hand. My finger's holding the trigger now. He can't shoot. He can't shoot. I said, what? Boy, your guts would have been on the floor, bro.
Big bong.
Hello, buzz.
Yo, fam, I saw the funniest one where the same one where the guy is behind him on the driver's seat with the gun to his head, right? There's a guy that does a remake, and then he says he finds himself in heaven. He finds himself at the heaven gates, bro.
I love those duets. Yeah. I'm so glad he kept stitching and duet.
Those duets are friggin' hilarious, man. But that's undefeated, bro.
The thing that I want to point out is I feel like that kind of chaotic energy is it's something that just. This is the stuff that future generations they won't find funny. There's such Gen Z humor. Like it's such a.
It's like so we were taught like if you're getting robbed, right? just give them whatever you got.
But bro, so
You know, just
100%.
put your life, you know, make sure you leave there with your life, right?
Yeah.
So like literally,
How to survive with your money and your life.
exactly. And move on, bro. You can get it back. Just stay living.
Yeah.
But like the thing that I laugh at is that like, this is why I always compare where I say like it compared to 20, 30 years ago, how stupid people were.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think back and you look at the karate that's being done by these fakes like Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal, where literally you would watch them. They claim to be like Aikido, like triple black belts. And they have like 20 guys coming at them and they're basically just
That was
like they look bored. Like, and literally and the guy falls all around
Bro,
them. Right?
he touched
but people bought this
right here,
stuff.
that's it.
People were in the people believe this stuff 30 years ago. You put it on social media nowadays,
You're
and
getting clowned.
This guy's getting roasted quick.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's roasting this guy.
Yeah.
But it's like 30 years ago, this guy would have been a fucking movie star. Like Steven Seagal built a career off this shit.
exactly.
Chuck Norris built a whole Hollywood empire off
literally,
this stuff.
literally.
But
No,
now
that's
when
a
we see
good
this stuff, we
point.
clown on them because we know it's all
It's
bogus.
not- 'cause it's not
We're
real
aware.
life, bro.
But we're so aware now. That's why I always point out, like, this shit would have flown. This guy could have been an actor.
Yeah,
But I think
that
now,
stuff can't
though-
slide as much nowadays.
Yeah.
No
But
way.
I think now though it's more of okay. Now we find the joke in it, and that's how he's gonna be famous.
Yeah,
is
but-
that his whole
True.
thing is a freaking
Yeah,
joke.
but it's a backpack kid tier
Watch,
fame.
he's gonna, bro. He's gonna be put on talk shows.
100%. He's
be
going to
brought
sell
in
some
to do-
courses.
yeah,
He's going to
yeah.
legitimize some of his training.
Exactly.
But then, as soon as he
So
can,
is he actually a cop?
no,
the
he's a private
best, I
security
think
guy, bro.
The best thing about this TikTok rent-a-cop guy, whatever the hell his name is,
Yeah.
that adds to the whole shtick is the mustache.
Yeah.
If he didn't have that mustache,
Yeah.
Bro,
I'd take him a little more seriously. But it's so
No.
important for him to
You
have that
say
mustache.
that, but he's
And
got
the
the fucking
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth, bro.
The-
Star Command. This guy's talking to Buzz.
Star Command.
This guy's talking to fucking Home Central Station.
He's so
Literally.
serious. Shirts like all the way up to here. Sleeves.
It's unreal.
Part-time
But
telemarketer, bro.
that's some chaotic energy. But bro, like one thing I want to talk about too, and I don't know where I'm gonna go with this, but remember I showed you the video and it was the guys at the gas station. And you know how when you pull into a gas station, you pull up, your gas tank is on the left or the right side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it
right.
shows you in your car.
Exactly.
Yeah, it shows
so
you, yeah.
so these guys, wherever they were in the States, Southern accent, they pull up and it's the whole squad of boys. There's like 6 cars. And instead of parking like all parallel to the gas station, they're parked this way. Bro, and I died of laughter. And the lady comes out and they call like this Karen comes out. And she's like, what the hell are you guys doing? He's like, miss, we're perpendicular fueling.
We have to perpendicular.
We're perfect. So, bro, so you have the gas pumps like this, the lanes like this. Everybody's got their car like the wrong way.
Yeah.
Hilarious because it's
Just
a
because of
victimless crime.
It's
Yeah,
a popular
yeah.
crime, but she snapped. She was so upset.
But why are you so pressed though?
Bro,
It's
if I
not
saw
doing
that
with
shit,
your car.
if I saw that shit, I'd be like, "This is shit that only boys do."
Yeah,
Groups of
yeah,
boys.
yeah,
Like, this is teenage
How do you
boy
even
energy.
how do you even think of something like that?
Let's do something stupid.
Let's do something real.
But it's so harmless too. It's so harmless. Do you think something like that would have like the gas station worker come out and be like, "Yo, guys, you guys gotta get out of here"?
Bro, if I was a gas station worker, 100%, I would have died of laughter.
Yeah, me
I'd be like,
too.
who are these guys? Who are? And I would have got myself in the video, and that guy would have been famous, and he would have been on LA.
exactly.
There you go.
You
bro.
know, she missed her chance. Instead, she's shouting at them.
But guess what? She's portrayed as now as a Karen. Good job.
But
you
like,
played
why
yourself.
do you have to get mad at shit like that? It's pointless, bro.
It's like I saw another video and it's literally, I mean, kind of sad, I guess, but the car is got like flipped over. It's on its side, like in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And someone's filming and runs up to the car and they're like, "Hey, you can't park here." And the person's like upside down looking out. "And where's your mask?"
Never miss an opportunity. Never miss the opportunity. bro.
Listen,
God
I
must
know
have been a teacher.
you're struggling, but this video's got to go viral.
Which it did. But people are just opportunists, man.
100%. Yeah, that's true. You know, I laugh. He was talking about opportunists as well, and I always think like, you guys ever see the fake video? So it's like it'll be like something stupid, like people doing something, and then it's a stitched video of somebody took a clip of like the last one I saw was like Billie Eilish, and she's like watching the video like stitched, but it's obviously fake, and she's like, like that's pretty cool. It's like marbles like rolling down a track, and like people doing something. I laugh because I'm like, there's so many stupid people that literally think that this is a real time reaction. And it's just, that's the shit that always blows my mind. So what I think we should start doing for every single fucking clip, we should just start faux duetting, Dwayne The Rock watching it, like in bed like this, rubbing his head like,
DJ.
Immediately double our clout.
100%.
And people will be like, "Oh my god, Dwayne the Walk."
We've had a few people duet our videos.
But it's all been in hate.
It's been hateful.
They always duet our shit, and they're like, "Actually, you guys are wrong for X reason."
Yeah.
It's like we do this with zero fucking research.
The duet will just
Thanks
be
for
like,
the clout, buddy.
the duet will just be like, why are white men just like this?
Exactly.
Bro.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's like a Somali guy.
Yeah. First of all, get it right. All right.
First of all, we know our lighting's not perfect.
But it ain't that bad.
You know, we've been trying to fix the green screen. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now to get into the big topic.
Oh, you had something else.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to talk about, and this will be something we keep talking about, bro. But like, so interesting thing. I was talking to you about a Khaled. So a couple nights ago, I was watching the Metaverse keynote speech by Zuckerberg and obviously Facebook and all that. So here's the interesting thing I want to break down for you guys. There's basically like an hour-long keynote where Zuckerberg is telling you, and I only got like 25 minutes in, something like that. I want to finish watching it. But it is so interesting. So first of all, it came out 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. How many views do you think this video has?
Probably like
2 billion.
2 billion. I'll give it like 20 mil.
3 million views. That's it.
Oh,
so here, the reason I think that's freaky is because, so I feel like it should have so many more views. Everybody's
people are not in tune.
Everybody's paying attention to Elon and Bezos and all the shit that they're doing. And but man, like, so people are sleeping on this. So the interesting thing, the reason I bring it up is because like there is a legitimate $1 billion company. And whether you agree with them or not, they are telling you what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Whether Facebook does this or not, they are telling you what somebody else is going to make happen.
100%.
And so all the things that you think about, so obviously the virtual reality of it, what they also do is they play into these parts of augmented reality, which is just as important. I know we've talked about this before, but augmented reality, the idea of having these glasses where you see digitalizations of the real world, right? Mm-hmm. All these little holograms and things. And we're no stranger on this podcast talking about that. But the reason I bring it up again is because I did a little bit more research. There's a few companies that are fighting for the whole multiverse space. So Facebook calls it the metaverse. This is actually like a term that all like the industry is using in general, like whether it's Facebook's metaverse or it's anybody else's, like
it's
multiverse metaverse. Exactly. It is, right? So the crazy thing is, this is why I bring it up. So it's absolutely fucking fascinating. So there's some research that's being done with these tools. So Unreal Engine, powered by Epic Games, they make Fortnite. Fortnite is just a byproduct of what they do. Even though they created this video game, it was like a byproduct. Their real moneymaker is obviously Unreal Engine. Mm-hmm. Unreal Engine is one of these graphics like video processors that allows you to basically render and create these digital 3D environments using real resources, bringing them in, creating them. It's insane. But bottom line, the newest version that's coming out, Blender 5 or Unreal Engine 5, is basically, there's literally drag and drop like everything in the world, like mountain ranges, rocks, like trillions, millions of polygons, like the lighting is literally casting perfect shadows.
Even the video of the fridge.
The fridge. Yeah. So basically like you can 3D map what's in your fridge and all of a sudden make that like a real life thing in this metaverse. But the reason I bring it up is because it's really fucking interesting. So I talk about the two applications of it that people don't think about, because we always think about, oh, you can FaceTime with your friends. So get this. BMW. So what these companies are calling it are the digital twins. Okay. So right now NVIDIA has already made a digital twin of the Earth that's like a scale to like replica to like 1 meter. So basically almost everything on the Earth, they've made like an exact replica. Okay. No they have the exact idea of the weather patterns, and they're using this in this basically system and AI
to replicate it?
To replicate and figure out how the weather trends may happen. So here's something fucking interesting. So they use historic data. So here's something crazy. So there's a company that's using this digital twin technology to basically create a new plant. And what they're doing is they're figuring out the way that the rain and the temperature, like literally you can map rain particles. Yeah. They are figuring out where their operation in 20 years is going to face corrosion.
But
and where they have to prepare and engineer again.
Is historical data 100% predictive?
So no, but like for example, if you're talking about like rain patterns, weather patterns, these guys can simulate the amount of particles hitting like literally to the degree, like this is the durability of steel versus copper pipes and they can simulate this and figure out where they're going to have a breakdown in 15 years to figure out what the fuck is going to happen.
how we can mitigate
how
these things.
mind blowing is
That's
that?
actually nuts.
Ericsson is using this right now to figure out 5G towers, to figure out where the ideal placements are with the infrastructure of a city and where are going to be the best spots for coverage.
Yeah.
It's crazy. BMW is using this technology to make like digital factories to figure out where bottlenecks are going to be, like to the degree of all these automated machines, to figure out if they spend a couple $1 million making this digital twin environment, if it'll work before they make $1 billion investment.
How would it benefit their business
How
down the road?
crazy.
That's actually nuts.
To a 1-to-1 replica.
It's just going to help them mitigate risks, any risks that they have in the future. Right?
It's insane.
It's as perfect as you can.
So you will literally, and this is a thing that people don't get, like you could literally be like a digital employee in the sense like you're behind a computer screen, and once you're in VR, literally outfitting or retrofitting or like preparing. So imagine, and this is the other example that they use for BMW, is if you were a factory worker, you can use this VR to figure out as an engineer or like an operational like engineer for the factory to figure out if this piece has to be repaired. Can somebody go in and repair it? Like you can simulate the whole imagine Mike, your training, if you were to simulate taking apart or putting an engine back together, like a 1-for-1. How fucked is that?
Yeah.
It's actually nuts. You know, it's crazy that you speak on that, because I was actually reading on there was a plot of land that was purchased in the metaverse for about like $2.4 million. And they're usually using that crazy, right? It's not even real. And it's purchased for $2.4 million. So what they're trying to use that land for is like basically like a fashion district.
That's hilarious.
That's like so crazy.
Avatars,
it's a great way to launder money.
You can dress your avatars and all that stuff. Can you believe that?
100% I believe it. But bro, can you believe it? Like Mark Zuckerberg's idea of the metaverse, this will happen. People, like, it's basically 5 to 10 years is where we give the technology, because there's the two things that you require. You require the users and you require the hardware.
Right.
So first of all, NVIDIA and like Epic Games, they already have stock in Epic. And like they're like, I don't know if they're majority holders, but they have a substantial amount of investment. So bottom line, like there's going to be these people that power these universes. And like I was laughing, like I tell you, like your buddy Zachy, who would create your brother Zachy would create this universe or like environment that anybody could live in and hang out in. And imagine you just turn that on in the morning, like we work from home.
Yeah,
you put on your goggles.
And you're in the office.
All of a sudden, you're in the office. You're in a mountain. Like people don't get it. It's going to be so addictive. But the amount of extra problems that you're going to be able to solve using something like this.
Okay, problems that you can solve, but the problems that it would bring as well has to be taken into consideration. Because think about it. Do you think we would still be the social beings that we are anymore?
Yeah, but I don't think. I think at this point,
or is everybody can be confined in their homes?
We were talking about history being predictive.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty inevitable. No. If it's going to be created, it's going to be a problem because humans are addictive things. Humans 100%. Are addictive beings.
Yes.
And
if we learn something,
we're only going one way.
Yeah.
We're not going back, and humans don't have the capability of settling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, always want more. Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
So whatever the cons are that are going to come with it, they're going to come with it.
Yeah, but I understand everything comes with its pros and cons. I get it. But when you think about things like that, where like we're no longer going to be social beings like that.
I think you will.
Well, in person at least.
But it doesn't matter.
It's a different kind.
Like,
it's a different kind of social.
I don't like, for example, guys, let's all hang out. We're already bad at making plans, right? Okay, guys, just throw on your goggles. Let's just meet up at this location here. And then that's just going to be the norm.
Of course. You're no longer convenient. You're never late.
It's going to be convenient. That too, but
he would still find a fucking way.
It's booting up. It's booting up, guys. My bad.
My VR is lagging. Let me reset the system.
It's buffering.
Meanwhile, he's in his own world where LeBron is sitting on his lap.
Hell no.
2 more minutes, guys.
LeBron, you smell different today.
This guy's
sick. Hey, LeBron, I love the way you scored. I love the way you handled the ball today. He's just sitting on your lap.
This guy's sick. Okay, that would not be the thing I would use the metaverse for.
100%.
100%.
You make a digital clone of LeBron.
Courtside. Yeah, so he could be my trainer.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
You would be addicted hopelessly.
Yeah, I think
everybody would, because it's whatever you want.
That's the thing, though.
It's whatever you want.
It caters to you. It doesn't cater to nobody else.
It's your own fucking fantasy. That doesn't matter what's real or what's not. You put on the goggles and
it's your own rules and regulations.
And think about it.
Helicopter.
Mike, you can't get away from this. You're going to be addicted to it as well.
I know that.
You will literally, like Anna you're going to forget that she exists. You're going to have to buy a pair of goggles.
Think about it this way:
100%.
If you could play Warzone in VR. Like
That's
you,
scary.
Michael's
But I would
never
do it.
coming out. Michael's never coming out.
But
it would be so much better though.
Michael is never leaving his room.
I'm not even gonna lie. It would be so much better.
You're never leaving your room.
Yeah.
So much
Never.
better. One hand on the gun, other hand in my pants.
And then, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. And then you can load up with your boys, and they're there with you. You can see them
Facts. I'd be like, yo, Jeff, where's your loadout?
live.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I think people are going to be hopelessly addicted.
Do you think we're gonna take this podcast to the VR world?
100% we will. 100%.
Guys, forget it. I'm working from home today.
Honestly, I think we could. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I was looking, like, there's a lot of cool things that we could do, but the challenges right now is the bandwidth. So it's the one thing that I almost forgot about, which is really, really interesting.
Okay.
So one of the things that these guys are talking about with Unreal Engine 5 is basically they're jamming 8K graphics into like a 4K or a 1080p resolution.
How can you do that?
Exactly, because it's all rendered. It's not real. So they're basically taking 8x and scaling it down to 1080p. So that's what I was telling Mike, that imagine in the future, like that's the biggest solve right now is bandwidth. How can you get everybody in one place and have the signal strong enough to be able to load all the shit?
Yeah.
So the big challenge right now is if you start thinking about that, like imagine in the future when you're playing like, NBA 2K, you're playing it like at right now, there's so many gigabytes per second that, you're throttled by. But if the graphics outpace reality, you will fit more into a smaller format. So imagine 480p, and 480p in the future looks crisper than fucking 4K right now, because you're down rendering all this data into a smaller bandwidth. Yeah, it's tough to like even understand or think about.
All these internet providers, man.
It's crazy.
The price is about to be up. Not even gonna lie to you.
It's wild, man.
Rogers and Bell.
Yeah. Rogers and Bell are gonna. Oh man, they're gonna get us nice, man.
Yeah, it's insane. But I think if we lived in VR, like we do podcasts in VR. But I would love to know, like the whole thing too, which is really interesting, is the whole Travis Scott concert that not the one that recently happened, but the one where he did it in Fortnite, where there's how many million people participated.
It was a live stream.
That was not accidental. That wasn't just like a gimmick. That was epic. And Epic owns Unreal Engine to figure out, is there a market for this?
Is it a market? And they figured it out.
And have they found that there's a market for it?
Of course,
bro.
Millions of people jamming out to this virtual Travis Scott.
To a virtual Travis Scott.
So imagine this thing is modeling. Like it would take like a 3D map of you, and you could be exactly you, and everybody else could be exactly
them.
Yeah. So you could literally be in this environment.
It's like you're there.
Yeah.
With this virtual concert with all these VFX. Exactly. So like I was telling you,
scary.
Imagine these virtual concerts where you go to and you put on these fucking top quality headphones and VR goggles and nothing is real.
So it would be great. They'd be selling the in-person tickets as well, the VR tickets.
Yeah.
Man. But there's a lot of money to be made. In a world like this where everyone will be hooked and it will be addictive and it's the future, don't we need to be social beings to continue to progress the world? You
can be social beings.
But I mean, there has to be enough intelligence and so like everyone, the rate and percentage of the world that will be followers will grow even more. Astronomical.
I don't know. I think it's always been the same.
Because we need creators, right?
Your touch, your like your smelling and all this stuff, bro. You want to be able to use that. I want to physically touch.
I know, but I think people will figure that out. Like haptics, man. Haptics will get good enough that you can put on gloves or like sensory suits that it'll stimulate the right connections. I'm sure. And then so keep in mind. So the one thing I always think is very impressive is if you go into a shopping mall, there's companies that are specifically like made to curate senses and experiences. So one of the big things about Las Vegas, a lot of people don't know, is every single casino has spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on creating a custom scent. Every one of them has a different smell when you go in.
Really? Oh, you mean in the casino?
Yeah, shopping malls, everything has been engineered to smell a certain way. You don't realize it.
Wow.
No, because exactly.
So the reason I bring this up is because in the future, I think people are going to get very good at figuring out how to start adding that, because you make a good point. There's a sense there that needs to have, like if you're smelling ass all day, because you live in New York.
Instead, I want the new car smell.
Exactly. And people are going to be able to figure out how to make that. I think they will, right? So insane. If you start thinking about that, and that's really one of the last pieces of the puzzle, if you get that smell component, because everything else, your brain, but the truth is your brain can trick you. So there's an experiment that was done ages ago. It's the blue steak experiment. Okay. And they would feed people in the dark. And they would put food coloring in their food. Yeah. And there was one group that was fed in the dark. And how does it taste? Totally fine. And then the group with the lights on that ate the blue steak, like with blue.
They got sick?
No, they just said it tastes like shit, right? because if you see it, like your senses are very biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So if you see that you're in VR and there's somebody's making cookies, your brain is going to figure out how to smell vanilla. Like your senses trick you, right? Your senses really do trick you.
It's so weird because I was reading like a quick side point to that. I was reading in Japan how they're turning feces into meat.
What?
Okay, but like,
Can you believe that?
okay, but I'm sure there's a delicate amount of science that you've missed here.
Listen.
It was a 6 Buzz headline.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a 6 Buzz headline. It wasn't on 6 Buzz actually. But I was scrolling the timeline and I saw that. Yeah.
Did you
I
click into the article or just read the headline?
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
headline.
No,
Thank you.
no. I said I don't even.
Awesome insight.
I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm not going to Japan.
That's it. We're getting a phone call, but do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. I think that's been good enough. Episode 25, man.
Love
you
it.
know, it was a lot of virtual reality. That's what it was.
There's a lot of talk about other things
stuff.
too.
Yep.
We sexualized the hell out of this thing.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
was, man.
Come on.
Final verdict.
That's
though,
kind of
cow or
our
horse?
go-to.
A horse.
It's to be or to ride?
No, like to be.
To be.
Horse. I'm a horse. I'm a horse. Got a lot of things great about a horse.
Yeah, I'm a horse now
I'd be a
too.
horse, too.
I'm a horse too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Facts. I just want some hair.
Cover your whole body a little bit too. I think.
Yeah, facts.
Exposed.
Facts.
Khaled is with his intro.
We appreciate you guys tuning in again. Episode 25. We're out, guys. Thank you.